Hey, big news in the real estate industry this week. There's been a number of changes with off-market listings, and we need to talk about them. My name's Alex. I'm with eXp Realty. I sell houses here in the Sacramento area. So there's a trend right now in the real estate industry to hold your listing off market, and somehow they're trying to convince you that that benefits you, and it just doesn't. So the leadership here at eXp, what they've done is they're getting ahead of this trend because I'll tell you personally, there are circumstances where I won't list a property for 30 days, but I want to do pre-marketing on it, but I want to do it to a broad audience. And so what eXp has come out with is a syndication agreement with realtor.com, homes.com, and comehome.com. Oh, you've never heard of comehome.com? It's Google. Google's getting into the real estate business, into the search platforms, and eXp is partnered with them. I'm not sure where this whole thing's going to go with off-market listings, but I sure hope it doesn't become a trend, because what makes the real estate industry vibrant is having one place where we have all of our listings, so that we have a marketplace where consumers can go, agents can go and see all the inventory. And if we're going to fragment, we're going to look like the commercial real estate industry here in no time, which if you've ever tried to search for a commercial property, it's very fragmented and it's frustrating.
Interesting.
Now, let's talk about land and ranch. Land and ranch. You guys know I'm a big land and ranch guy. I'm certified land and ranch, and I deal a lot in big acreage properties, horse properties, these sort of thing. And so over the last year, I've put together a number of blog posts, and I've done it so that I could educate you as the land and ranch buyer and seller to go in there and say, what do I need to do to get my property ready? Or if you're a buyer, what do I need to look for when I'm buying property? So right here, I'm going to put this in the description. This is my buyer's guide, and it's a combination of about 15 blog posts I've done over the last year, really focused on educating you as the consumer.
Amazing. Thank you.
Now, let's talk about interest rates. Interest rates 3 weeks ago, if you went back to my update, we were down under 6%. We're up over 0.5% right now, and it has everything to do with what's going on in the Middle East. The Middle East has been a hot button my entire life. The last 50 years, it's always what's happening in the Middle East for multiple reasons. I don't know where interest rates are going, but I do want to point out to you that this is the mortgage application index. So even though we have interest rates going up here, we also have applications increasing. And this is a sign of where we are in the season. We're at the beginning of the home buying season. I can tell you that I've gotten a number of phone calls just recently, people going about getting into the market. They want to buy a home, and they're starting out with the loan process. What I'm telling people is go get all your pre-qualifieds done ahead of time. Be proactive and not reactive, because when interest rates do come down below 6%, I think you're going to see people flood into the market, and it's going to get crowded again. We did have the Fed meet just this last week, and they decided to keep the federal funds rate exactly the same, no cut in it, so there's no immediate relief coming. But that's what's going on in the interest rate market. So let's take a look at what's going on with the housing inventory. What you're looking at right here is for sale in light green, sold in dark green, and then pending in red. And I want to look at this pending line. Pendings are trending up. And if you look back over the trend line over the last 5 years, this is a normal market trend for the spring. We're going to continue to see pendings increase just because we're in that season right now. So the pendings, the sales, we're looking at months of inventories now, and you can see about 3 weeks ago we peaked on months of inventory, and now we're coming down because we just have more properties going into contract, more properties selling. We're going to see this trend continue as we move into the home buying season, which starts really right after the Super Bowl. When we look at for sale versus sold, you can see that the two trend lines are moving in the same direction. And then when we look at price per square foot, you actually see price per square foot has increased. I'm not sure why this is. Seems like we have more inventory, but we are seeing more buyers jump into the market. So it's going to be interesting to take a look and continue to track that number. So my assume list update, as you guys know, I always like to hit on assume list. Unbelievable opportunities out there by assuming an existing FHA or VA loan. And just to point out a couple here, here's a home in Roseville that has an existing 2.43% loan on it. I don't know what the savings is. I would say it's probably over $1,000. But that's not the only one out there. We have another one in Roseville with a 3.2% existing loan on it. Guys, don't sleep on Assume List. The link to this site is in the description. Go in there and take a look. If you're interested in one of these properties, we have a whole team set up to go in and work with you on assumables. That is your market update, March 20th. Again, Alex Dyer, eXp Realty. If you have questions about your property, what you need to do to get it ready to come to market, I get calls throughout the week. I'm making appointments, going out and doing property inspections. It's just what we do. If you're a buyer in the market, I'm getting calls from buyers on a consistent basis. They're coming in saying, look, we want to get in this market. What do we need to do? I'll tell you, my first step is I'm going to get you pre-qualified to make sure you understand what your budget is, what your house payment's going to be. I won't let you look at a house. I won't let you look at a house before you go and get pre-qualified. So that's your market update. I appreciate you guys watching to the end. Please give me your comments, share this around, and I'll catch you next week.